On this week's episode of Comic Confidential, we finally get a chance to talk about the Lego Batman movie about 16,000 months after it was released in the States.
And deal with it.
Deal with it. We also talk about 14,000 Transformer movies coming out, and we got some Defenders news.
And lightning news. Pow, pow. Welcome back to Comic Confidential. I'm Cade Moyer. Alongside me today is the ever handsome Troy.
Thank you.
And Amy, who just informed us of a very interesting skill.
Oh, leave me alone.
Amy's quite sick, you guys, for those of you playing at home for the upcoming quiz.
I just held in a sneeze and it came out my eyeballs.
That is that's a talent.
They popped out and they look like testicles just hanging there now.
Testy face.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Your dick face.
Not a dick, just the testy.
Just the testy. It's testy face. That's going to be a nickname from now on.
You're a bald chinian.
So we've got Cade, Troy, and Testy Face. Should we just get into some news, man?
Let's
yes,
do it.
Please,
Mate,
God.
tell me all about the top 5 news stories that I have to know.
You have to know these, man.
Wait, I want 4 news stories. I'm raising you, mate.
Okay.
I want 4 news stories.
Right.
Like decent ones.
Okay.
Well, they don't even have to be decent. It's just whatever you found on comicbook.com or whatever else.
That's
you know,
not true.
wherever we source our exclusives from.
You heard it here first.
And I want a lightning round of another 4 stories. I'm raising you to 8. I want 4 good and I want 4 shit. And I want 1 fake.
No fake.
I want fake news, mate.
You have
Fake
lost
news, I'm a
the plot.
bullshittian.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 4 proper news stories, and we'll do some lightning news. We'll see how we go.
Cool.
All right.
Okay. The first news story that I want to talk about is we finally have the official release date for the Defenders, and it's August the 18th.
How do you know
year.
that?
How do I know that? Because they dropped a little teaser trailer. And it was the 4 of them in an elevator, and it was like security footage, and up in the corner there was like a little timestamp, and the timestamp was 1808-2017.
That's just the time.
Well, it could be. It could be just the time, but I'm pretty
hopeful. I'm hopeful it's not the time.
I'm pretty sure that's a little like sneaky way of them telling us what the release date is.
Mate, why isn't Daredevil in a suit?
That is interesting, but I guess when you look at it, no one is actually kind of suited up. And I know, like, you know, Luke
He's
Cage.
the only one with a suit.
Well, you know, I mean, but like, there's
Luke Cage isn't wearing a yellow shirt.
He's got a hoodie on.
He does have a hoodie on, so I guess he is suited up.
Did he get it off Method Man?
Probably.
Most likely.
I think that's his hoodie dealer now. But yeah, look, you're right. And there have been a lot of like people kind of jumping on the internet and going, oh, look, yeah, Daredevil looks more like Iron Fist than Iron Fist does, and all that sort of stuff.
Fuck, that's so correct, actually.
I'm pretty sure, though, like based on whatever situation it is, if they're out in public, it's not like he can just roll around in a fucking Daredevil suit. I'm going to assume this is happening at some point during the day or something like that. And that's the reason why he's just chucked a shirt over his face. Kind of disguise. Incognito.
Yeah, because that's not going to fucking look stupid.
Well, no. But he does it like once they actually get to where they need to go. I don't see why it's so hard to believe.
It's unbelievable, mate.
All right. So anyway, we're talking about the Defenders, man. It's 8-episode miniseries, and that should help any of those little pesky pacing problems that some of the shows
I've been
have
calling
had.
for 8 episodes since Luke Cage, mate.
They listened.
Yep.
We told them, and they listened.
Yeah, I think it was us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was us. So what we get is we get the 4 of them. They're going to go up against the Hand. There's Sigourney Weaver's in there as well. We don't really know what her character is kind of doing. Confirmed cameos are insane, though.
So
Really?
We are talking about just about every other fucking supporting character that has ever shown up, including the heroin junkie neighbor of Jessica Jones, Malcolm.
What?
Look, it might be just, you know, it might be a brief kind of meeting in the hallway.
Do you reckon
or
he has a
something.
high top now?
I don't know what he's got, man. Like, how the hell am I supposed to know that? That must be a question I can't answer. But yeah, so we're talking about Claire Temple. Naturally, she's going to fucking pop up. In
What
Everything.
defender do you think she's going to be?
we've got.
She'll be Kung Fu Goddess.
Yeah, she'll be the new Iron Fist.
Yeah.
She's basically on track to almost take over
Danny Rand, yeah.
So you've got Claire Temple, Karen Page, Foggy Nelson, Elektra, Stick, Trish Walker, Jerry Hogarth is back, Malcolm, that's the crack dude, or heroin, or whatever it is, Misty Knight, and Colleen Wing are all going to be in there at some point.
Wow.
They'll be in there for 30 seconds each.
Some of them, I
On
think.
the recruitment drive, they'll be like, oh, catch you later.
I think some of them will be in there more than others. I reckon you'll probably have more, like with Colleen Wing. You might have a bit more of like Misty Knight. Definitely. What's her name? Claire Temple. She'll be in there for sure.
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard.
And apparently Elektra plays a fairly big part as well.
I think she'll be the villain. Like, she'll be a possessed villain in this.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I heard the tagline to this is The Defenders, The Rise of Foggy.
Is it?
Yeah.
My favorite.
Everyone loves Foggy. Get
Man.
yourself some fog.
He acts hard.
He does, man.
Like-
Would you walk into like a friggin' bar full of bikers and just lay it all on the line,
No way.
potentially get stabbed?
I'm more scared of him pulling out the flying V again. I saw what that did in Mighty Ducks.
Is that same dude?
Yes.
It is not that same
It
dude.
is.
Is it?
Yes.
Jeez.
I love them.
He was like the muscle man.
Are you serious?
The big
Yeah.
brawn
I
guy.
did not know that.
Yeah.
How times have changed.
Oh man, times have changed. Now he's like the slightly overweight, like nerdy best friend.
Yeah.
What happened to you, dude?
Foggy, where you been?
I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
How awkward is this going to be for Luke Cage?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if all these people do show up, there are literally 3 of those 5 women mentioned he has hooked up or slept with.
Player.
So that could be awkward.
I think he'll say, everyone want a coffee?
Yeah.
And then that's when Foggy comes in and goes, I'll have mine extra black.
Oh,
Wink.
That's great. Do you think we'll see some Misty Knight, Danny Rand crossover action?
I mean, anything's possible.
Well, look, those two in the comics, if you don't know, they are the couple.
Oh,
It's not.
I did not know.
Yeah, it's not Luke Cage and Misty Knight. It's not Colleen Wing and Danny Rand. I think that might happen at some point. I don't know. But it is Misty Knight and Danny Rand. Will we get that? If you look at the 2 actors they've chosen to play those 2 characters, I think it would be a very weird, looking
Yeah,
relationship.
that's what I was just like thinking of, like it next to each other.
Because she seems very mature,
Yeah.
and he seems like a 13-year-old child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon we'll get like a little bit of flirty action.
Yeah.
But Dan is like 13 years old. Him like, oh, fucking gross.
Cooties.
With his really cool haircut. So
Actually, no, he'll be walking around like fucking chest out. He just lost his virginity.
That's true. But on that, Colleen Wing will be there, so they haven't like furthered that romance yet. So I don't think we'll see anything. But it's good. It's interesting. It's all these things that could possibly happen.
Hey, isn't it ironic though? Like if he's only just lost his virginity, like his biggest enemy was the hand, and like that would have been his best friend.
Oh my god.
how long have you been waiting?
Yeah.
to
No, I
say
just
that
like-
one?
just thought of that.
Like how many weeks now?
It's on his
Hey.
phone.
Hey,
I've been writing that. I've like scribbled it out on my notebook like 14
I
times.
wrote it
Tattooed it to
13
his
different ways.
eyelids.
I guarantee you, people are laughing at that motherfucker.
Look, I hope so, man. For your sake, I hope they're laughing with you and not at you.
Or most likely at me.
Look, we also have confirmation Daredevil Season 3 is set for next year. Jessica Jones Season 2 has started filming or has begun filming. And don't forget, we still have The Punisher coming in 2017, which is fucking awesome and should probably be around October.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier in a couple of episodes ago. And we're like, we weren't sure if it was going to drop this year, man, because of this whole Defenders.
All reports are saying that it's still coming, and it's like it's filming. They're well and truly deep into filming. Then they'll go into like post production and all that sort of stuff. It could likely drop at the end of the year.
I'm jumping on Sports Bet, mate.
Sports bet, yeah,
It's not a sponsored section, mate.
That's what Cade likes to do.
yeah. We're sponsored by TomWaterhouse.com.
And you bet.
Yeah, look, pretty exciting times coming ahead. Let's be honest. As far as Marvel Netflix series
Oh,
goes,
yeah, for sure.
for sure.
They have to work hard.
Well, they're going to have to work hard after all the flack that Iron Fist has got.
Yep.
But think about that. That's all coming, man. That's all coming. We are literally barely months away.
Multiple days
We are
away.
multiple days away from the Defenders.
Think of it that way. It's more exciting.
All right, more Marvel news, more Marvel TV news. There's a lot of Marvel TV news this week. So, New Warriors has been ordered to a full 10-episode series on Freeform. So this
What is Freeform? That sounds like the free version of Microsoft Word that was out years ago.
Notepad only.
right. So anyway, Freeform it's a subsidiary of ABC.
Oh,
So
right.
it's a channel owned by ABC.
Oh, so it's an actual network.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh,
I
yeah.
watch shows on that.
what?
Am I the only one that does any research?
Obviously, mate.
I knew what it was.
If it's not on the CW, mate, I'm in the dark.
Right.
Or Netflix.
So it's coming to Freeform. Look, this is the same channel that picked up Cloak and Dagger. So both of those have been confirmed for a 10-episode first season, with the main focus being firmly on Squirrel Girl,
Oh, damn.
awesome.
which is interesting.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how they play that. They have also dropped an official synopsis, which I'll read it out. So, New Warriors revolves around about 6 young people with powers living and working together. With powers and abilities on the opposite end of the spectrum of the Avengers, the New Warriors want to make a difference in the world, even if the world isn't ready. So, with Freeform focused on a group dubbed Becomers, so those experience a series of firsts in life, including first loves and first jobs. New Warriors explores the journey into adulthood, except in this world, they're not quite super and not yet heroes. And the guys can be just as terrifying as bad dates. I don't know what that means.
Neither.
I fucking hate this now.
Look, basically, look. It's just a coming of age teen comedy about like a bunch of kids that have powers, and it's kind of like the easiest way to think about these guys is Marvel's version of like the Teen Titans, but maybe not as good.
Yep.
And kind
Nothing
of like
can ever be as good.
Yeah,
so
but like
that's
the
fine.
New Mutants for X-Men, that sort of thing. So they're basically kids that like have like comparable powers to like say some of the Avengers, but not as good because they're kids.
Can I give you a hot tip, Amy? I know Troy, and I know he loves coming of age shows for teenagers. This is
Yeah.
his jam.
I love him too.
This is his Dawson's Creek.
This is my Dawson's Creek, man.
I love Dawson's Creek.
Who doesn't?
Just put Joshua Jackson in anything, and I
yes.
will watch it. I swear.
Mighty Ducks coming back around.
Yeah, there's an episode title: Mighty Ducks, the Flying V.
Yeah, we love you, Pacey. But yeah, so I think it's interesting. It's gonna be aimed. I'm hoping that it's not like powerless. In the
Yeah,
sense
that's
of
what
it
I'm
being, like,
thinking
a little
with
bit
this.
too campy.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see Squirrel Girl, like how they actually do that. There was talk like there was the whole Anna Kendrick. Because I think Boss Logic did.
He did a little artwork up.
Yeah, and as soon as that guy does artwork on anything, everyone's like just
It's
screaming
confirmed.
for it.
That's official fucking artwork, mate.
Yeah, because he does such a good job.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Let's be honest, but like you can really see these people doing that. I don't really like Anna Kendrick at all. Let's just get that.
I
Straight.
reckon should be a C-bomb in real life.
there is a very
Maybe.
good chance.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't say that, man. She seems like she'd be a nice kid.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
I've met her. No, I haven't. I'm just standing up for her because I think she's cool.
She'll
think,
be alright.
Yeah, I think she'd be fine. But would I want to see her in a Squirrel Girl movie? No.
How much Powerless have you actually watched?
2 episodes.
0 episodes.
Oh, I got 4 and I was like, I'm done.
Look,
I like all the characters are very pretty and beautiful to look
Oh,
at.
Vanessa Hudgens is amazing to look at.
I turn it
Yeah,
on and I
she is.
melt, and then like they start talking, and then I start boiling.
Turn the sound off.
Yeah, it's look, I'm only a couple episodes in. I could give it a chance, but it's just it's not hitting it for me.
Is it even like confirmed for a full season?
I haven't even been following it on the news. Let's just put it.
Someone let us know.
Someone let us know. Someone out there will know. Shall we move on? You
Yes.
happy with New Mutants?
Yep.
You excited?
Yeah.
Get excited. You don't
I'm
seem excited. but-
mediocre. I'm expecting not much.
Okay,
I'm
that's fair.
excited.
I'm looking forward to both. But just give me as much as you can. Like, I'm not going to say no to any of this shit that comes. It might be shit when it comes, but I'm not going to say no to them making it.
That's correct.
Let's do it. Speaking of making things, Inhumans is coming in September. And Marvel and ABC, it's... what am I talking about? I've completely lost where I am. There's a synopsis.
There's a synopsis.
There's a
Synopsis.
There's a synopsis. A
Synopsis.
single synopsis. Now, this is the synopsis that's been released.
Okay, tell us.
So after the royal family of Inhumans is splintered by a military coup, they barely escape to Hawaii, where their surprising interactions with the lush world and humanity around them may prove to not only save them, but Earth itself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So, what that means is it seems like we're going to get a very Earth-based Inhuman series. And I think a lot of people were more excited about the possibility of seeing like their moon base, Adelan, and more, more of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But we're going to see Hawaii.
That's okay.
It's going to be like Hawaii 5.0, but with Inhumans.
I
Cool.
feel so sorry for these actors running around in leather outfits in Hawaii.
Oh, it would be steamy.
Yeah.
It's like our weather here,
Yeah.
which is steamy as fuck 362 days of the year.
Yep. Today,
400 degrees in the shade, no breeze.
Yeah. So good luck
With
to them all.
cyclones circling around, you're ready to kill you.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme. But yeah, what we're talking about here is the fact that it's going to be predominantly Earth based. That's a little bit disappointing, but that's not to say we won't see some. But you've got to understand that this is a TV budget. How much are we really going to actually see? How and this was my concern with the whole thing. Like I would have preferred a movie because then you can just go balls to the wall with this sort of stuff. But if we've got a TV series, it's going to have yes, it's got IMAX behind it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I reckon they're going to blow the budget on these first 2 IMAX episodes.
Yeah.
Because I reckon a good 30% will go to the cameras.
Wow.
Yeah, because those things are like not cheap. And then the rest will just trickle down through these episodes. I reckon we're going to get a lot of bottle episodes. Saying it now.
Well, it's only 8 episodes.
And 2 of them will be bottle.
So I don't think we'll get too much filler, but who knows? I'm still excited to see it. I'm interested to see what they do. I like the actors. Well, I don't like all the actors because I don't know all the actors, but I like a lot of the actors that they've brought in.
Have we spoken about like the BTS, the behind the scenes pictures?
No,
No? Because apparently we aren't going to get any face masks from what I've seen.
interesting.
Which is highly, highly disappointing.
Yeah.
Okay,
That could just be one picture,
yeah.
but...
Look, you can't read too much into these things.
Oh, and there's also been scenes of a 2,000-pound dog walking around on set.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's legit. I'm not even making that up.
Lockjaw.
We get Lockjaw. That's exciting.
I'm just pumped for that. I want to see how that works.
Make a whole show about him.
Yep.
I would say that is how they actually travel to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Lockjaw.
Yeah.
How much they bring him in, who knows?
Do you reckon they put lots of little saddles on him, or do you think they just sit on him? Like saddle-free
I feel like
bareback.
we're delving very deeply into this.
It's important.
Important
you're
news.
traveling through space.
Maybe when they touch him, they're just molded.
No,
They
Like-
that's not
actually
exciting.
have to do anything.
it's
He
a
just
teleporter.
teleports them all.
No, I
With
want
his
it to be
mind.
fun.
With
It's-
his mind.
It's fun because it's a 2,000-pound teleporting dog named Lockjaw.
How's that fun? It's just like, oh, there's my teleporting dog.
Hello.
But wait, let me resell it to you. There's my 2,000-pound teleporting dog that I can ride. What sounds more fun, mate?
You can ride it anyway.
He won't let
you. Don't
you.
need to
don't-
announce it.
Nah, you need to, and then you need to pull your saddle out.
I tried to put a saddle on one of my dogs once, and I nearly broke my arm. Just letting
I'd be
everyone
more
know.
concerned about your dog than.
No, he was massive. I was a small child.
Right.
Anyway.
You look like you'd be a small child.
Yeah. I was.
Unlike Cade, who was a fully grown human.
That's how I came out.
Yeah.
My mum exploded. R.I.P.
When do we see this? When is it coming out?
So it, like I said before, it does come out September 1st. It is due in cinemas initially. Whether we get that in Australia, who knows? Because we're notorious for not getting anything.
Yep.
So that could take its sweet time. I'd say we'll probably just get it on TV. In fact, I will fucking guarantee we do not get the first 2 episodes in IMAX cinemas here.
100%, mate.
No,
No chance. We don't even have IMAX cinemas. We have VMAX.
Oh yeah.
there are IMAX cinemas that exist within Australia, Cade.
Is there?
Yes.
Well, not where we are, mate. We don't even have gold class.
Moving on.
Ours
Yeah.
are still driving.
Moving on.
Okay, let's go.
Yes. Michael Bay has confirmed that the upcoming Bumblebee spin-off movie will be a prequel, and it starts shooting in July. Are we excited about the possibility of maybe getting a Shia LaBeouf cameo? That could happen.
I would actually like that.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah. You know, like the movie finishes
Yeah, and then there
with
he
him,
is.
you know, but,
Yeah.
but does that mean if this is the case and it's a prequel to all of this, So he was rolling around as a dirty V-dub
Yep.
Yeah, forever.
but like the start of that movie. So are we just going to see Bumblebee as a dirty BW for like this whole time?
It's gonna be like that. What's that?
Because he can't be the Camaro.
If I know Michael Bay, he will be a classic version.
Right.
He will be like an old school muscle one. Like not flashy new, but like he'll be that one that like you see restored. People spend like tens of thousands of dollars and waste their middle-aged life on.
Well, look,
one of them.
They've all got these these deals with Chevy that they've got to keep up with.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oreo as well.
Oreo definitely. So we'll see that.
Xbox.
We'll probably see that at some point.
He was an Xbox, the original Xbox for the biggest time.
Who was?
Bumblebee.
What?
They're big enough.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Look, so this movie directed by Travis Knight, from who directed Kubo and the Two Strings, highly acclaimed. Interesting to note that Travis Knight is related, I think it might be the son even, of the current CEO or owner or something of Nike. Dude's got a shit ton of money is basically
So we're
going to
see a Nike bot.
We'll probably see a Nike bot, but this is how this guy can like come out. Kubo and Two Strings was his first movie.
And it
This
was
is how this dude can come out and like just pour all this money into these things because he got that Nike money. So that's interesting to note. So we'll probably see a Nike bot at some point.
Are we going to start seeing directors that are now sponsored by like fashion outlets?
Well, this kid certainly could.
Oh, absolutely. But I can see Michael Bay sponsored by Puma and Adidas.
Puma? Really?
Yeah. See him rolling around in a tracksuit, mate.
Puma.
He's Michael Bay, mate.
Michael Bay is worth billions of dollars,
He
probably.
can do whatever he
I
wants.
don't know if it's billions, mate, but I don't think he'll turn down a sponsorship by Adidas or Adidas, however you...
He's the Nick Cage
yeah.
Of sponsorship.
Yeah,
Of
that's right.
sponsorships.
Right. Look, on top of this news, there has been Michael Bay came out and said that at some point in the process along the way of the movie making process, there are 14 more Transformers movies in the works at some point.
Bring it on.
I'm exhausted thinking about
Yeah.
that.
14 more movies.
That's 14,000 more explosions
If
At least.
that's per movie.
per movie.
If they brought out a Transformer movie every year for the next 14 years,
Jeez.
that's the apocalypse.
I would be 40 by the time the last movie comes out.
What?
Oh my God, let that sink in.
Let that sink in, kids. Amy
Wow.
would be old.
Would you still go see it?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
for sure.
Of course you would. Do we need 14 more of these things?
No.
God damn it. Transformers: The Last Night is Michael Bay's last movie.
Okay.
So he will be stepping away as director after this one.
But he'll be like producing most
Yeah,
likely.
yeah. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a pretty big hand in everything that happens.
Yeah.
Every movie is going to look like a Michael Bay movie without being directed by Michael
More
Bay.
lens flares, more explosions, shorter skirts.
Yeah, pretty much. So what do you think? 14. Too much? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's 14 because that's Michael Bay's favorite age.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
God.
You got to stop with the Michael Bay pedophile
I
jokes.
can't help it, man. He makes it too easy.
Who do you want to see?
I want to see Crane Dick.
Great dick.
Who is Crane Dick?
Haven't you seen Crane Dick? I'll show you Crane Dick after this.
It's Kate's alter ego.
Yeah.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's got a proper name.
Just quickly Google it now.
No,
I
we're not
am
Googling
not
it now.
getting on the internet and Googling Crane Dick.
Google Transformers Crane Dick.
Well, I tell you that
Yeah,
I'm
you
excited.
guys.
I really, we touched on it. I want to see Shia LaBeouf come back just for a minute because he needs to redeem himself. So that would be who I want to see.
Redeem himself from his movie Man Down that sold
One ticket.
in
Is
the
that
UK.
real?
That is apparently legit.
Apparently real.
It was
Surely-
on Facebook. I
Surely
saw it.
it must have just been him or his mum.
How do you come back from something like that?
You go and you cameo in a Transformers movie.
Well, that's true. See, there you go, Crane Dick. I want him.
Oh my God. We are.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure the guy's name is not Crane Dick, but he has a crane for a dick.
And it is moving up.
If
and
any,
down.
like, I'm not going to delve any further into it, but if any of you out there know what Crane Dick's real name is in the Transformer universe, let me know.
Well,
wow.
and you know why I think they'll do it? Because they've already put balls on a Transformer.
That's true.
Where?
The car one? Was that? Oh,
It
they
was-
were
no,
all
no,
cars,
it-
Amy.
It was, I
Idiot.
think it was number 2, and like it was this huge thing that was just like swallowing up like the desert.
The one with the big mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was sucking all of the cars
Yeah.
in. Yeah, it did have balls.
It's gonna happen, mate.
I'm going to have to go back and check that out because I do not remember seeing Transformer
Yeah,
balls
the-
at all.
The funny, the guy from the first movie who's like the big bad agent who catches them and is like a real dick to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
He's the one, and I'm pretty sure he slides underneath and smacks him in the
Yeah.
balls. And he's like, oh, and it deters
They're like real balls. He's like, oh, my balls.
Oh my god! All right, yeah. Obviously, I don't remember any of this stuff. I'm not going to go back and check it out. I've already been on the internet today and seen Transformers crane dick.
Can we turn it off? It's just
no,
playing.
it's going to stay there. It's a gif of the crane dick going up and down, like you just wagging around in your face. We're going to leave that there for the rest of the show and see if we can concentrate on what is actually happening. Guess what, you guys?
What? Tell us.
It's lightning news time.
It's the lightning round.
All right.
Woo!
Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
4 real stories and 1 fake.
They're
No.
all real.
All
Look,
fake.
Arnold Schwarzenegger came out and said he would be happy to play another Batman villain. He was speaking with Fandango. Who would you want to see him play?
He has to go back to Mr. Freeze.
Yep, agree.
Seriously?
100%. Why?
Who else would he be?
He could be literally anybody,
That big
and
ass
you would have him,
man.
and you would have him back as Mr.
Yep.
Freeze.
He'll
All
love
right,
it
this is
too.
lightning
The
news.
OG.
We're going to move on. That's it. Ghost in the Shell may lose upwards of $60 million. It only had an $18 million opening weekend in the US, and it's only taken $5 million more domestically since then. Why do you think this is such a massive flop?
Because it's not released in China yet.
Oh.
I don't think that's going to make any difference.
It will make a fucking huge difference.
It's a very
mate.
controversial film because of, the whitewashing and all that kind of crap.
Yep.
So it may have played a part. I haven't seen the film myself, so
I just want to be sure that Cade understands that this is Japanese culture, not Chinese.
Doesn't matter, mate. Honestly, it will not matter.
Okay, we will see.
It will go fucking gangbusters overseas.
It has been released overseas. It hasn't gone gangbusters.
Well, I stand corrected then.
lightning round.
It must just be
Lightning
shit.
round.
Lightning round. Next story.
Oh my god!
Fake news.
Okay,
Alternative facts.
Invader Zim is coming back for a movie on Nickelodeon.
I'm so excited. Did you watch the thing?
I don't even know what it is.
Literally just threw it in for Amy because I knew she'd be so excited.
It was the cutest trailer I've ever seen, and I'm so excited. And Guru was in it. The
Who?
little dog alien bot thing.
Oh.
Oh, of course. Lightning news. We're going to move on. Syrian Hines, I think that's how you pronounce his name, has finally confirmed his role as Steppenwolf in Justice League, and it's kind of given a little bit of detail around it in the sense that it will be predominantly, if not all, CGI, and they'll kind of just use his face, and that is it. Does that surprise anybody?
A little bit, but kind of not. But at the same time, yes. Depends on how big they make him. And that's the thing that will decide it. Do you think it'll be normal size?
No, it'll be big.
I think he'll be big.
He'll be
like
big.
I don't think he'll be monstrous, but I
Because
think he'll be bigger than everyone else.
Darkseid's huge. So I feel like his minions would also be like just larger people.
I'm imagining them doing pretty much Beauty and the Beast, but with Steppenwolf. Like, have you guys seen Beauty and the Beast?
Oh yeah, it's like my number 1 favorite movie of the year.
Anyway, they just put the actor's face on the Beast, and he was just bigger than everyone. That's what they're going to do.
Right. That's fair. A little bit, if you're wondering my opinion, a little bit disappointed in the sense I think they could get away with this as just having him big and foreboding in a suit. Just
Yep.
the dude, if you've seen this guy in anything anyway, whether it's Rome or Game of Thrones or anything like that,
Yeah.
like the guy is pretty kind of imposing anyway. You could just use this dude. Just use this dude.
Do it.
That's it. That's lightning news, man.
Lightning round, done.
I'm impressed.
Computer, how do I put the Joker in Arkham Asylum? Quickest route, no freeways. Computer, do you hear me?
Hello, Master Bruce. I've just taken away your computer privileges.
Gasp.
Sir, it's time for you to stop this unhealthy behavior. You can't spend the rest of your life alone, dressed in black, and staying up all night.
Good night, Alfred.
Sir, it's morning. You need to take responsibility for your life, and it starts by raising your son.
I'm sorry. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
The young orphan you adopted at the gala.
I thought I was being sarcastic.
Hello, secret camera.
this week, we finally got to go to the cinemas. We didn't even have to illegally download this thing in the end.
In the end, you say that like we tried.
Well, no. Look, what I'm trying to say is they eventually released it in Australia. Months after being released, I'm shitting you not, worldwide. We are some of the last people on the planet to get this movie. I'm talking, of course, about the Lego Batman movie. I've had many a rage about this on the internets and things like that. Here we are, 3 months later. We finally get to review the Lego Batman movie.
It's taken almost as long as it's taken to get my Telstra service back.
Yeah, Telstra, man. Like, we've spoken about Telstra on this before. Fucking Jesus Christ, Telstra, get your shit together.
Please give me internet. Please.
This is now two,
Amy's using a transformer now to get internet.
literally, 2/3 of this podcast has been without internet for an exorbitant amount of time, thanks to Telstra. And that's not good enough, damn it. I'm taking a stand.
Me too. I'll stand next to you while you take the stand.
Right.
What are you going to do? Stand there with your modems in your hand?
Yeah.
Throw it in their faces.
Please, sir, may I have some internet?
What do we want? Wi-Fi. When do we want it? 6 weeks ago, motherfucker.
Yeah. About the same time ago, we wanted this movie.
Yeah, look, let's talk about Lego Batman, because that's what
Let's.
we're here for. We're not here to bag on Telstra.
No.
Fuckers. But Lego Batman, 3 months after the fact, but let's break it down a little bit. Let's talk about some financial stuff first, and then we'll get into the movie, like we always do. We're
always.
going to do a review. Domestically, this movie has brought in $173 million. That is in the States. Had an opening weekend of 53 million bones, so that's pretty freaking good.
Fucking hell.
That's not bad at all for a movie that has a budget of $80 million.
That's unbelievable.
That
is so unbelievable.
Yeah.
Will Arnett worked for free.
Yeah.
Basically. Worldwide, $297 million total. And I cannot get any Australian results yet, even though this movie has been out for nearly fucking 2 weeks, I swear to God.
They hate us.
Their internet connection's down.
Yeah, it's Telstra. Yeah, fuck you, Telstra. I'm sick of your shit. Synopsis, if you need it. Bruce Wayne must not only deal with the criminals of Gotham City, but also the responsibility of raising a child he adopted, without actually ever knowing he adopted the kid.
I didn't see him sign any paperwork.
Nah, Gotham, it's just balls to the wall there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, he might have just off screen. He,
Well, that's
he was
true.
too busy at looking at the new Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Don't get that
Yeah.
confused with the old dude Commissioner Gordon. This is hot daughter Barbara Gordon.
Lego sexy.
Lego sexy, played
best
by
kind of sexy.
Claire Temple from all of the
Rosario
all of the
Dawson.
Netflix shows.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was Rosario Dawson. So look, just quickly going through the cast, we have obviously Will Arnett as Batman Bruce Wayne, Michael Cera as Robin / Dick Grayson, Rosario Dawson, as I said, as Batgirl Barbara Gordon. That's a little bit of a spoiler, by the way, because you don't
Yeah.
know she's Batgirl till later. And Ray Fiennes as Alfred, with Zach Galifianakis as the Joker, and you got Jenny Slate and Jason Mantzoukas. So, Cade, I'll start with you. No, I'll start with Amy.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Amy this
Okay.
week. I'm sick of hearing your voice, damn it. Amy, what'd you think?
It was fun. I had a lot of fun while I was watching it. Obviously, it's not the most, how shall I say?
Sophisticated.
Yes, that's a good word for it. Good one. Like there was times where I was like, "Oh my god, this is the cheesiest thing." But I
It says on
loved
the
it.
box, ages 5+.
Yeah, I'm in that bracket.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's targeted towards me.
Yeah.
But I had fun. I liked it. There was some cringy moments, like I was saying, that were like very cheesy. But that's the nature of the show.
But what were some of the cheesy moments?
I found a lot of the interactions between Batman and the Joker. Those were probably the big ones for me. Like they're in a relationship, but it's kind of different spin on it. Anyway, I was just like, oh God, where is this going? But it got there in the end.
I see what you're saying, because that's like the whole thing that this is based around.
Yeah.
It's basically based around, Batman being this big loner. He's kind of like sad inside that he doesn't have a family and all that, but he doesn't know how to show that. And he refuses to let the Joker in, and it's kind of this real sort of, I'm your worst enemy. Is like, no, you kind of mean nothing to me and all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's the Joker trying to get Batman to kind of say,
I hate
I
you.
hate you instead of I love you.
Yes.
I liked it. I thought it was, it
was good. I did like
there's
it.
some cheesy moments,
Yeah.
but like I like the take on it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I laughed a lot also, just want to put it out there.
Oh my God. this movie had me in bloody stitches, mate.
Yeah.
I really liked the story. I thought it was like absolutely fantastic. Like I can definitely see what Amy's saying. Like it's cheesy, but I thought it was just absolutely fantastic. And it really plays like into the narrow-mindedness that like Batman / Bruce Wayne has.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, I'm the best. There's no one else that's even better than me. Fuck you, Superman, almost type of thing.
Yeah. I got 9. I've got a 9
Yeah,
pack. Yeah,
I've got an
extra ab.
ab. My like the opening scene is literally like exactly what happens in all of these kind of movies. We'll just conveniently fly a plane over your city full of explosives. And then, they all got stolen.
I love that. I love that though. Like I thought that was so funny, man.
Because it hits the nail on the head. That's what happens all the time.
I laughed my ass off when those two pilots are like introducing themselves. They say we're best friends and all this other stuff.
That's the Lego verse, man.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
I might point out this is the first Lego movie I've seen.
Yeah,
So-
you haven't seen the Lego
No.
movie.
So
So
it was new.
yeah, we've already seen Batman and Superman and all that sort of stuff make cameos.
Yeah.
Batman wasn't so much of a cameo; he was kind of like a main part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Not the main part,
but
but he was in it. Pretty strong. Pretty strong ways.
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah, for lack of better words, other than strong ways. With this, right? So, yes, you have to take into account that it's aimed at kids.
Yeah.
But it's also not, right? So there are plenty of little do not think for a second if you haven't seen this movie that you can't be a grown ass dude or two grown ass dudes going to the cinemas and watching this movie because there was one child in the cinema
When we went,
were
there
there.
was one child, and Troy would not stop complaining about him. I heard the kid once, and he's like, "Did you hear that fucking kid all the way through the movie?"
My spirit animal. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, right. So you can't I don't pay good money to have to listen to kids make noise, man.
I had a kid stand on my foot one time.
Did it apologize?
No.
Fucking kids,
Ran the
man.
fuck back over it on his way back from his 700th toilet stop too.
Little fucking bladders.
Anyway, we're off topic.
Can I just say, I reckon that kid was down with his mum and dad, looking back up at Troy and I, because we're laughing our fucking asses off throughout this whole movie, going, "Oh, those fucking older guys won't shut up."
I just want to hear about Batman.
Batman. That's all he was fucking saying. And you can't even, he was so young that he couldn't even say Batman probably.
Yeah.
Like, what
Oh,
an idiot.
wow.
What an idiot. Oh, does it
Can't
say
even talk.
no, but look, getting back on track, getting
Yes.
back into the movie. What do we think? Because okay, no. Before we get there, let me just talk about that opening scene.
Okay.
Because I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was really well done. Will Arnett making up a song, Batman making up a song.
Yes.
It was funny as shit. He's taking absolutely every single. When you look at the comics, these are some characters that have given Batman hell over time. In this particular thing, everybody but the Joker basically is a B player or
Yeah.
a D player even.
Like Bane.
Yeah, Bane.
Get
Fuck, Bane was
smashed.
so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping the same voice
voice.
from The Dark Knight Rises was brilliant, man.
Actually, touching on that, how it pays homage to every version of Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It even shows the clip of Adam West.
Yeah.
Dancing around pow, pow.
Yeah, we went real weird in the 60s. man.
Yeah. Look, that was really good, and it's kind of like the movie poster or something like that
Yeah.
of each one, or the iconic pose from those movies. I thought that was really well done as well.
Yes.
A little bit of a dig at Batman vs Superman
Yeah.
as well, which I
course.
thought was pretty cool.
I had a dig at Suicide Squad too.
Yeah, there was a dig at Suicide Squad. It was the good thing about this is what's the password to Wayne Manor? Iron Man sucks.
Iron Man sucks.
They weren't afraid to attack anything.
Yeah.
There was
way.
no they weren't holding back, and I think that's one of the things that makes this movie kind of so endearing
Yes, I agree completely.
because it's gotten a lot of praise since it's come out. You have to dig hard to find people that dislike this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think this might be the highest rated DC movie that's out ever.
Maybe.
No,
Not including the Batmans.
that's a DC movie.
Nah.
Okay,
They don't count.
Nah. This is actually connected to the DCEU.
how?
There was that one scene.
There was one scene from The Dark Knight.
I was just paying homage.
It's not.
I know, mate.
It's not the highest
He's
rated, but
pushing
it
the
is right up
buttons.
there.
it's fantastic.
It is right up there. Rotten Tomatoes love this. This is one of those things that they throw in people's faces when people are like, Rotten Tomatoes hates DC, and they're like, well, fucking look at the Batman movie.
Yeah.
The Lego Batman movie. Look at the Dark Knight, like all that sort of stuff. Like, you know, it's that sort of thing. It's just fuel for that fanboy fire. That's all this movie is, really, in the grand scheme of things.
What'd you think of the villains?
All
of them.
All of them. Look, I thought
Condiment Man.
I see. This is what I liked about it. They kind of threw they had some of the big players as B grade characters, but then they took some of the D Crazy Quilt Man or whatever it is, and Condiment King and all that sort of stuff. And they brought those guys. It's like, what can you do? I can squirt sauce, sort of thing. I like that. I thought that was cool.
I love that. It's just it pays homage to that. We went pretty shit.
Yeah.
There were some shitty moments, but we're gonna move through them.
Yeah, exactly. We can look back at ourselves and make fun of it.
It's like looking back on your high school lives.
Yeah. And when there are some characters like Catwoman and things like that pop up as well, and they say a couple of lines here and there,
meow
not
is
too
her
much.
main line.
Yeah, meow. These are actually voiced by some fantastic comedians as well. They have gotten some big names to do some really bit background parts. One of the biggest ones that I kind of want to talk about is Alfred.
Yeah.
Because Alfred played a major role in this. Even became a Batman at some
point.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
Yeah, towards the end. They all got their little bat suits, which was cool. But Alfred played a really important part, as Alfred always should, because he's kind of like that mentor to Batman. You know, and kind of Batman gives him a little dig as well, saying what would you know about raising a son?
Oh,
that, sort
that
of
made
stuff.
me
My
feel
heart.
Quite deep, you know, got you right in the feels.
Yeah.
But with Alfred voiced by Ray Fiennes. This movie, once we go into the negative zone where all the bad guys are kept, it has a Voldemort.
Yes.
Voldemort was Ray Fiennes
Yes.
in the Harry Potter movies.
Amy's like, I'm aware.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that are going to be aware. My question would be,
Why didn't he voice
Yeah,
Voldemort? I thought the exact same thing.
If you're going to bring, the guy who voiced him did a pretty good job
yeah.
anyway. It was all I heard him really say is
Wingardium Leviosa.
yeah, all the time.
And
That's his
also
go-to
love
thing.
he's doing the killing curse and all he's yelling at is, you are dead. You are dead.
But why not get Ray Fiennes to voice Voldemort?
Yeah.
But I think he did a really good job as Alfred anyway.
Definitely.
Zach Galifianakis as the Joker. Is this the second best on-screen Joker?
No.
No chance. No chance.
Yeah.
I could barely tell Zach Galifianakis was this Joker.
I had to look it up. I didn't know.
Really?
Yep.
Look, regardless of the fact of whether it's Zach Galifianakis, he didn't really bring anything to the Joker character.
No, I found the character almost pretty bland.
Yeah, it's really just a guy talking.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all it is. There is no real sort of crazy, over-the-top, maniacal... did we even get a Joker laugh at any point, really? I think there might have been one towards the start where he's kind of going through his weird monologue about how he's going to destroy Gotham City on the plane.
Maybe.
And the pilot's just like,
Oh, well,
Batman's going to stop you.
Yeah.
How good was that, though?
That was
Yeah.
It's just the expectation you're going to get beaten.
Yeah.
Why are you even trying?
It was so good. I know we're jumping around all over,
Yeah.
but we go back to that.
Deal with it.
And he's like, he's dressed as the mayor. And you don't know that. You don't know where Batman is. You kind of wonder, when the fuck is Batman going to rock up? And how is he going to rock up? And he's like, always bet on black. And he just friggin' rips his face mask off or whatever. And it's
So
Batman
cool.
underneath. It was pretty cool. So I like that. But the Joker, man, this is a Lego movie,
Yeah.
right? It's for kids, sort of. It's kind of for kids, more for adults. But this wasn't really. It didn't really do much for me as far as the Joker character went.
No.
Would I rate it higher than Jared Leto? Yeah, why not?
Why not? Just for a laugh.
Just
You're
for a laugh.
asking for all
Just
the
to,
internet
just to see what
hates.
happens on the internet. I'm interested.
Well, if we're going on screen time,
Well, yeah, you got a
That's
lot
true,
more screen
yeah.
time.
how would he feel about that?
Jared Leto, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just call him up later
He's
and
just
ask.
rolling around in his money and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
With his 20,000 supermodels next to him.
Oh, yeah. And that luscious hair.
I do want to take a second. I know, we've spoken about Will Arnett, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't think we've given him the justice that he deserves, though. Or
No.
justice that he deserves.
You did a good impression.
Yeah. He's fantastic, man.
He's amazing.
So good.
I could fucking listen to Will Arnett say anything.
You know what? It's so funny you say that. because I was on Netflix the other day, and there's a segment on there called like Netflix Now,
Right.
where it's just like someone narrating real life things, and Will Arnett was doing it.
Oh my god.
I watched Will Arnett for like half an hour narrating someone using a fucking microwave.
I am going to find that.
You
and
just
I'm
get
going to watch it.
You just get hypnotized by it. You
He's
kind of lose track of
amazing.
time. That guy has he's got the goal. Like we talk about Morgan Freeman's all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As these
Will
iconic
Arnett.
voices,
Oh.
James Earl Joneses and things like that. But Will Arnett is an iconic voice. That guy speaks, you know it's Will Arnett.
Yep.
And he did an absolutely fucking fantastic job as Batman. He even turned the gravelly down a little bit when he became Bruce Wayne. Like there was a
Yeah.
little subtle
He's
like
more
change and all
playboy
that sort
type
of stuff.
thing.
Yeah. So you know, like there's acting involved, which is great when we're talking about this. But man, I've loved Will Arnett since God,
Hot Rod
Arrested
days.
Development, probably
Hot
before
Rod.
that. Hot Rod, yeah,
Hot Rod.
something like that, man.
You know what?
SNL.
I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna skip fave moment. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to major problem.
Okay.
He didn't say I made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Oh, it would have tipped me over the edge.
If they had have referenced Arrested Development in some way, maybe they did subtly that we missed.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think it's like, you know, like say when he basically sends everybody away.
That
I
would've been
was
perfect.
expecting it.
Yeah.
And then hello darkness, my old
Yes.
friend. I would have stood up in the cinema and clapped and embarrassed you.
Yeah. Oh, I would have stood up with you, my friend.
That kid would have been like, Mom, Dad, Jesus.
These
help."
guys are embarrassing me.
Wow, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been very good.
Absolutely a missed opportunity.
Or just-
Hopefully it comes out on the Blu-ray.
Or just like a shitty magic trick or something like that. Just give me something. Like he just makes a dove appear out of his coat.
And then runs the other way.
Or a blue man wearing jeans.
yeah.
Jean shorts.
Jean shorts. Give us something. Give us some reference. to
Like
wanna
when they
net-
pulled off their lower parts, they could have just had jean shorts on.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That would
and
have
then
been
he just
good.
pulls those
Yep.
off too. Michael Cera.
Fantastic.
I thought he was good.
Yeah, loved
Like-
it. It was pretty cool, man.
he could have said some lines as well.
Well, as well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this is an Arrested Development kind of
Cast.
cast reunion.
It would have been funny if like there was like a reference to like him having a crush on a cousin or something.
Yeah,
know?
something like that.
Like I don't think a large majority of people would get that.
No.
But fuck, I would have died on that too.
Or like maybe he's like listening to some George Michael or something
Yes.
like that. You know?
Wait,
Or he's working in a
there
banana
was
stand.
a George Michael song. He plays "Wake Me Up."
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
does
you're
happen.
right.
All
You're
right,
right.
okay. Maybe we did get a subtle reference.
Yeah,
Or a
Might have just-
banana suit.
Yeah.
that would have been.
As he's going through the suits,
Yeah.
like there's just a
Yeah.
weird banana one. I loved him as well, man.
Yeah.
I loved Rosario Dawson as well. I love them all.
They
I
were all
love them
great.
all. Zach Galifianakis was a little bit of a letdown as the Joker, but I did love them all.
It's the Joker curse, mate.
Yeah, I think it is.
It is. You know, so there you go.
Fave moment for me is this whole movie. Like I can't
to
just
finish.
start to finish. Like from the start, it just is great.
Yeah.
Like this goes from like 0 to 100 as soon as Will Arnett starts talking
That's
about
what I
logos.
love the most is that we have like 1 minute of a bit of like an intro and then you're into it. It's like Batman's beating the shit out of people and he's singing a song and we got bombs and explosions.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
amazing.
Parties.
But as you were saying, like even the logos at the beginning, it's like Warner Brothers or Brothers. It's like I don't know what Rat Pack does, but that logo is badass.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And
Oh,
then
that's
the
so cool.
ending too. All the good movies end in a white screen.
Yeah. So look, what can we say, man? Will Arnett absolutely knocked it out the park. Chris McKay, did he direct this? The same dude that directed the Lego movie? I should have
I
written
think
that
so.
down. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Talk amongst yourselves while I look that up.
Okay.
Did you see the trailer in this movie for Ninjatsu?
Ninjago.
Ninjago.
Yes, I did.
Oh
And
my God.
Baby Franco is the voice, and I'm so excited.
Really?
Who doesn't love Baby
Oh,
Franco?
if you don't love Baby Franco, you can just fuck right off. That's it.
Wow.
That's from Amy, you guys.
Yep.
If you don't love Baby Franco, fuck right
It's
off.
right up there. If you don't like dogs, don't talk to me.
Oh, that's fair.
It's Dogs number 1,
Baby
Baby Franco,
Franco
number 2,
number 2.
Will Arnett number 3.
Yeah.
And it was Chris McKay, same guy that did the Lego movie.
Fantastic.
And look, is looking to do the Nightwing movie as well, like the live action Nightwing movie. So why not?
Why not?
Fuck, I'd like that.
We saw a little Nightwing in this.
We did. We saw a little bit of a Nightwing.
Yep.
Look, we could probably talk about
everything.
the Easter eggs forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've already gone through a few of them.
We have, yeah. Look, there's just so many things that this movie throws at you, though.
Yeah.
I can only say that you have to. I'll watch it again because I want to see if I can pick up some more stuff. And this is the kind of thing this movie is going to keep giving to you. The more you sort of watch it, the more you'll be able to pick up, and the more you'll be able to see, like 100%. Favorite moment for me was probably the opening scene. Like I love that whole thing, the musical number, like everything. I thought it was great. That's probably my favorite moment. Amy?
Oh, I don't know if I can pick one. Can I say any scene with Will Arnett in it?
Yeah.
Do what you can.
I can.
And
but I agree
Voldemort.
that, yes, and Voldemort. But that first scene was definitely way up there.
Well, I thought, actually, a good scene as well, probably one of the better scenes, was the Justice League anniversary party.
Yes.
Where everybody's...
And it's like the 65th one.
Yeah, it hasn't been invited to a single one. And the good thing about this is they brought the same guys back from the Lego movie. So Channing Tatum is Superman. You've got... what's that fat kid's name?
Which one? Kate?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. He's from Superbad.
Yeah. More,
Jonah Hill?
Yeah, Jonah
Jonah
Hill.
Hill.
I was going to say from 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
with,
It's all right. I got you on.
My favorite moment, and I know Troy will probably agree with this, is when Bruce Wayne is looking at his family pictures and then Alfred comes along and says, "You're afraid to feel again or love again."
Yeah.
He's like, nah.
It is.
All over the place.
Yeah.
I almost lost myself there.
That was so fucking
just
good.
not all the way up the stairs.
Do you know what I nearly lost it at? Because I haven't seen a Lego movie, I didn't know that they actually voiced the gun sounds.
Oh, yes. Pew, 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 everywhere.
I had to stop and be like, wait, are they saying that?
Every single one. Like, it happens right near the start. And you're like, oh, okay, is that just a one-off? But even Batman, when he does it.
But do you know what I
pew, pew,
picked
pew.
up? Alfred's gun that he shoots is the only one that he doesn't talk.
No, he makes a noise.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, because it was like, what is it? He's like some crap, like for Queen and Country or something.
yeah,
It's like,
yes.
pow, 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 pow. Yeah.
I must have missed it. But that was hilarious.
Big question, guys.
Yeah.
Do you rate it or do you hate it?
I think it's pretty obvious.
We were always going to run into trouble with this in the sense of this was going to be a hard movie to dislike.
Yeah.
Really. It's one of those things. I think most people heading in knew kind of what we were going to think about it. We'd be hard pressed to like really pull some bad shit out of this. But if you're talking about an actual proper movie, right? Take everything else out of it. If you're talking about like action and story and like
and
and pacing, and,
relationships.
all of that sort of stuff, and the deeper meaning behind it. Which is that you don't need to be alone. You can let people in. Family is important. All that sort of stuff. Like, it's actually really, it hits, man. It hits on just about every note. The only thing I was disappointed about was the ending, in the sense, like, it was kind of very, like, let's all put our heads together.
Oh,
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
it's like,
And that's where it
kinda,
gets cheesy, mate.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point where I was just like, come on. I mean, you've done all this. Just give us something better than like basically actually Lego pieces connecting like foot to head and all that sort of stuff.
But what are you going to do? It's a Lego movie.
It is a Lego movie. I will let it pass because it's a Lego movie. 100% rate. Do you need to see it in the cinemas? Probably not.
But
you should see it sooner rather than later.
Yes.
if you have the option to see this or Ghost in the Shell like we had, I think we chose the right one.
I would agree.
From all reports, yes.
I'd still like to see Ghost in the Shell just to make my own opinion.
Look,
But-
I've heard some. If you take away like the ridiculous, racism. Well, I'm not saying they're
Yeah,
ridiculous
no.
racism claims. I'm saying the people have taken it to a ridiculous
Yes,
level.
yes.
Apparently, the movie is okay.
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch the anime?
Yeah, I have,
Hey.
but years ago.
We're talking about Lego Batman. Let's wrap it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now, now the gentleman would like to keep things on time. Yeah, rate it. 100%.
Rate it.
Rate it.
Go out and see it while you can. And that's going to take us to Comic of the Week. This week brought to you by Amy Sudafed. Sudafed will clear your head and get you out of bed.
Will it?
Hey, that's pretty nice.
That's a good one.
That's nice.
He came up with that
know
on the
you just
fly.
made. Yeah, I am impressed, sir.
You can keep that, Sudafed.
My
Take it.
sinuses are free of snot. Thank
That's
you.
the tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You're like those Preparation H commercials. My anus has never been better since Preparation H.
And then
I
like
don't think that's a line they actually use, is it?
they put their thumb up and then their tooth goes ting.
What's that got to do with your anus?
Preparation H. Feels good on the whole.
All right,
Okay,
comic of the
go,
week.
Let's do it.
All right, comic of the week. So there was one news story that I kept from you guys from the news section, and that is the announcement that Robert Kirkman's Invincible comic series is being made into a TV series with Preacher showrunners Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg at the helm. So that's amazing for starters. But I thought it might be a good chance to introduce the hero for those of you who don't actually know him. So while the comic itself is 134 issues deep and set to wrap up with issue number 144, that's 12 issues over 12 volumes for anyone playing at home. Simple math.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to take you way back to issue number 1 through number 4, which is covered in Invincible Volume 1 called Family Matters. So written by the aforementioned Robert Kirkman of The Walking Dead fame, obviously, with art by Corey Walker and Bill Crabtree. Invincible tells the story of Mark Grayson, your everyday average teen whose dad happens to be the most powerful superhero on Earth, Omni-Man. And when Mark hits puberty, not only does he get pubes, that's what happens when you hit puberty. You get pubes.
I was born with pubes, mate.
Well, yeah. Some of us are. Not me. I was like smooth as a baby because I was like a regular baby, not a giant human. But anyway, so when he gets pubes, he gets powers of his own. And it's a story of the struggles of every teenage boy growing up: school, bullies, zits, girls, superpowers. But Mark finds out that he's not alone in the world and joins forces with the Teen Team. Obviously, a group of superpowered teenagers, and hijinks ensue. Like I said, it's 134 issues deep, but it gets pretty freaking good, man. Like, so the first issues, it's really just setting the story. Kirkman seems to really have a lot of fun with these characters. And it's kind of like, and we were talking about this earlier, this is like a really kind of fun, witty take on the whole coming-of-age drama, which I am so fond of. Rest in peace, Pacey. Did that guy even die in Dawson's Creek? I don't think he did.
No.
I think he went on to become quite successful.
No, I don't mean like really died. Someone died in Dawson's Creek, I swear. Anyway, what am I even talking about anymore? It doesn't even matter. The fact is, think about this for a second. The guys who brought you The Walking Dead and the guys who brought you Preacher are coming together to bring you Invincible on the fucking TV screen.
That's going to be so good, man.
That
I cannot wait.
Is amazing.
I did bite my tongue. I knew you had this.
Yeah.
I
All of
didn't.
this.
It's a surprise for me.
All of this is available on Comixology, but be prepared to pay a shit ton of money because there is 134 issues. I would suggest getting the compendiums.
Yeah.
You'll pay more initially, but
it's
less
worth
in
it.
the long run.
Yeah.
It's through Image, so unfortunately you can't get it on Comic Blitz.
Damn.
Which is unfortunate.
That is
because you
unfortunate.
can get that for a fucking $1.
You know what? I'm pretty sure this is like we've got some comicception that this comic shows up in The Walking Dead as Carl reads it.
Maybe, yeah, actually,
I'm pretty sure it is.
yeah. I will check that out. I'll let you guys know next
On
week.
the TV show and in the comic. Double whammy.
That's Comicception.
Yeah, it is.
That is it.
We're
We're done.
finally done.
Finally
I
done.
can go to bed.
Yeah, it is. What time is it? It is 9 o'clock
o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time.
My
that
bedtime is 8:30.
Yeah, that's like a good half an hour past Amy's bedtime, even on a Friday night. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you know me.
She is a grandma
Yep.
from Sunday to Saturday.
Always.
What are we doing next week, Cade?
Oh, shit. I don't know. What are we doing?
We're going to talk about. We're bringing Let's Be Real back.
Is that the zombie one next week?
It is the zombie one. We're going to talk about how to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Special guest.
Zombopocalypse.
No, we're not. Next week, we're talking Legion.
That would be the weekly wrap, my friend. The other show we do.
Are we doing that as the main show?
Is this really the time to talk about it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
That is the weekly wrap. Do you know why it's the weekly wrap? Because we only have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to talk about. Also, it's a comic book TV show, which is the weekly wrap.
Well, we have a lot of work to do next week.
Yes.
we meaning
do.
you.
Damn.
So anyway, as you guys just deal with us,
Yeah.
kind of trying to figure out our
We're
lives.
sleepy.
That is it for this week.
We've
We
got
will be
this
back
covered.
next week. Let's thank some people, man.
What?
Yeah, let's thank the listeners, subscribers, and who else, Amy?
Everyone.
The reviewers.
Yeah.
Come on down.
God damn it, you had one job.
Sorry.
Amy's like, I'm falling asleep, yeah, dickheads.
I can't breathe. My eyes keep shutting.
She's a mouth breather. She's like,
Actually, the whole time we've been recording tonight, I've been leaning away from the mic to breathe. So that's
well,
commitment.
thank you. That's commitment. That's
Yeah.
I'm so thankful
You are welcome, sir.
because I don't think we like these mics switch all the time.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
So
that's a
the-
good
I'm
point.
just
Yeah.
thinking of you guys.
So the least amount of like spit and stuff you put on that mic, the better for all of us. It's
Yep.
a team thing. Yeah, thanks to the
reviewers.
listeners, reviewers, subscribers, all that. You guys absolutely make the show. What else we got? We got some
Got a
social media.
Oh yeah,
is what
social
I'm
media.
talking
If you want to check us out on Facebook, there, jump on there and search Comic Confidential. There's also the listener community where you can interact with just fucking legends.
about.
All of
Absolute
them.
fucking legends.
Every single one.
Just join the group and hang out with some cool people.
We've got so many good people. I'm not going to shout anyone out in particular, but there's people, there's names.
Oh,
All the names
hey, wait.
under the sun.
No. I'm shouting out one guy. We had a hero this week, and not
Okay.
all heroes wear
Oh,
capes.
we did have a hero,
Oliver,
Oliver.
wink, wink, mate.
Oliver. Just listen to me for a second,
Let's
kid.
just slow it right down.
Let's just slow this right down for a second. Oliver, baby. We love you, baby. What you did with that Marvel Unlimited, girl.
I'm gonna have to beep that out.
Too-
I know, no,
too
because-
sexy
No,
for the
because
ears.
no one knows what he did with the Marvel Unlimited,
I'm gonna have to beep that out.
but he knows what he did. Beep it. Don't even beep it. Don't even beep it. I want you to put the Law and Order noise over the
Dun,
top of
dun.
it. Put the Law and Order noise over the top of it. Marvel Unlimited, fuck you. Thank you, Oliver, for doing what it is that you did with X that I'm apparently not allowed to speak
The
about.
secret
It's
thing
a secret,
that
mate.
you did that we all know of, but no one else knows of.
It's a community secret.
Marvel Unlimited.
Fucking done.
So if you,
Let's wrap it up.
we have a website.
We have a website. It's comicconpod.com. If you want to listen to past episodes, future episodes, and everything in between, jump on there. It's also a Patreon. If you want to support the show, that's patreon.com/comicconpod. Support the show from $1 a week. Get me some new headphones. I'm sitting here, headphone free. My ears are cold.
We also have Comic Blitz. We got a pretty sweet deal with them.
We do.
What's the deal?
$1 a month for the first 3 months gets you unlimited comics, and they've got some kick-ass titles. Let me tell you, because I had to break it down like that.
He's doing the chop,
That's
karate
judo
chops.
chop moves.
Karate chop and shit. $1 a month for the first 3 months, unlimited access. Just use the promo code ComicConPod. You got to jump onto comicblitz.com naturally. Use that.
Use that.
And
On
don't
sign-ups.
forget,
Hey,
our
guess
other
what?
show.
We also have a fucking Redbubble.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't spoken that for about 20 years, but there's a Redbubble. If you want to get yourself some merchandise, maybe get yourself a shirt, get yourself a clock, get yourself a bedspread, get yourself a pillow, get yourself a phone case, get yourself a sticker. Guess where you can get that?
Where? Tell me.
Redbubble.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you literally said it just
No,
before.
I wasn't, yeah,
And guess where? What? You know what? You'll find that link in the show notes. Because it's not like Redbubble / Comic Con Pod. It's like Redbubble /
Oh, it is
shop
the most.
/ category / I'm a dickhead /
It is the most convoluted thing. Just click the
Simple-
link that is in the show
simplify your shit, Redbubble. What else is there, Troy?
We've got
the other show.
Weekly wrap.
The weekly wrap. But apparently, that's where we're doing our Legion
Yes.
review.
Yeah, far be it that it makes the most sense of anything ever in the world.
Let us know. Should we?
If anyone's got any questions about that, feel free to send them through because I can understand why you would be confused.
And I just want to say that's an episode you're going to want to tune in for.
Do we have a special guest?
Well, we probably have 2 special guests.
Indeed.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 5-way coming in your ears. Unless, well,
Wait,
that
wait,
sounded wrong.
Hang on. No.
Not that way.
It was you who said the funny thing without meaning to. I know.
There will be no coming in anybody's ears.
You know what I mean. Straight into your ear holes. That's where it's going.
Yes, we
The
get it.
sound. Amy, will you join us? I don't know.
We'll see.
See how Telstra goes.
Yeah, maybe.
Wink, wink. That's it.
That's it.
We are done.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for putting up with it, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
It's been a long haul. It really has. Thank you.
Yeah, look, as always, I'm Troy,
I'm out of here.
And I'm Amy.
and this has been Comic Confidential.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace.
No funny bit at the end this week.
Marvel Unlimited.